You can look down this list, and what you want to pick, usually we require that you pick the blacks and the reds, but they have to be within our listening area. Fort Worth cannot hear us, so don't choose Fort Worth. That's a waste of our listeners' time, even though it does look pretty interesting. Okay, we have Dallas, Hurst, Arlington, those are further out, so we'll pick the Dallas and Plano first. The city's close to us. We have a water main break in Dallas and an accident. And you know what? I'm going to choose a construction too for a sample. As you can see, we have one Plano and the rest are Dallas. I want to take you over to info format first. Here we can talk about POLDAX. Here's your city, always under area. Event describes mainly the problem, so of course you're going to have the problem, and then you'll have what lane it is in, or if it blocks the whole road, and descriptions like that. Over here under description, that's where your essential information is. If you tell them all the rest, but you don't tell them this, they won't ever be able to find out where you're talking about. So it is the on and the at streets and the direction. The direction always goes with the on street, and the at street is always second. So first you have the on street, then the direction, then the at street. So that should be easy to figure out once you get to writing. Now your options for writing, you could just look at this, open up a Word document, and type your script. And that's the way that I prefer to do it because this is well organized. I can see that these two are on the same highway, and I can combine those reports and make it nice and concise. You can also move these around in whatever order you think is right. But you can take it back over to sentence format. You still want to organize by what has the biggest impact on our listeners. And it's good to group issues. So we have these two disabled vehicles in Dallas. Let's stick them right next to each other. They're both on 635 as well. We have a left lane blocked in Plano. It's an accident, so let's put that above the Dallas accident. The red. As you can see, these sentences here are not complete. In Plano accident, you wouldn't ever say that conversationally. So your job now is to sometimes arrange the order, but most of the time just add in words to make it conversational. New station rule, we always need the direction before the street. So if it's after, which usually it is on the highways, move it to in front. And you can do that by just highlighting, dragging, and dropping. Here we're changing cities, so we have to make sure to keep that city in. And when you say shoulder, it's good to change the on to of. Not required, but it sounds more conversational. So on the right shoulder of, westbound 175, at, that's not Bexar, that's Bear. And they actually have a pronunciation guide this time. Okay, at Bear Street. Stalled and disabled vehicle are the same thing, so it's good to replace with words every once in a while. Your stop and go traffic in the area is common, so it's good to change that up, and remember it's not a complete sentence, so it always needs to be changed somehow. The other eastbound side. of 635 LBJ Freeway. Now here is a typing error of theirs. You can't be between one roadway, and usually you see between only in construction, like the construction we have down at the bottom. It's between two roadways. So I'm going to change this to at. You can change it to around or near. That's your at street, and if it's one roadway, it can't be between. The other has cleared from the eastbound side of 635 LBJ Freeway at the Dallas North Tollway. A water main break on South 2nd Avenue, north of Hatcher Street, in the Fair Park area. A side streets accident on Singleton Boulevard at North Beckley Avenue. See, this is south, this is north. Don't forget, when you have S, E, W, or N in front of the roadway, that is north, south, east, or west. And construction. East and westbound on Continental Avenue. Both is capitalized, but I know that it's explaining both eastbound and westbound, so you need to think about that. You don't want to say eastbound and westbound on Continental Avenue both, because that's not the name of the roadway. With construction, they usually give a lot of extra details, so you'll need to do some extra reorganizing here. And sometimes you don't need all that info. Until the summer of 2014, that's next summer. That we can tell them some other time. It's just extra information. Okay, now what we're left to is our extra and total traffic network. We have to name total traffic network every time we report traffic because they have provided this service for free to us when they charge other stations. So, keep listening to 88.5 FM for the latest reports from Total Traffic Network. Complete. Now that you have it written, all you have to do is you can go to each of these and hit Control-C, take it over to your document, hit Control-V, or you can screen print and paste it into your document, or some other way of turning it in. You'll have to refer to your teacher for instructions on that.